Hi, this is Trisha Gupta, and by profession, I am an artist, a crafter, a calligrapher, and an art educator. Currently, I am educating students of all ages since the past 6 to 7 years. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been into art, of course, since childhood because it's been my hobby, my interest, my passion. Of course, it became a passion as I kept learning and learning and learning. But definitely, it's been a hobby since childhood. Uh, like many artists would have the same story that by profession, by profession, I mean studies. I am an accounting technician. Uh, Working with a corporate, but later on, as I dropped out of that profession because I wanted to pursue my passion, it always drew me towards my passion, always drew me back. That's the reason I had left it. I also did my diploma as a preschool teacher. That's I did early childhood education and care. I did a diploma in that. The reason behind that was I wanted to know how to work with kids in a better way. That was one of the reasons I did it, and simultaneously I founded the Aurika Art Studio. Now then, of course, then to gain experience, I worked with the Avalon Heights International School as a preschool teacher for 1.5 to 2 years, um, and continued my work for the Aurika Art Studio. Finally, after 2 years, I quit that and started this journey full time. And now, since the past 6 to 7 years, I've been an art educator. Uh, this was my introduction. If you want to find me on social media, I have my presence by the name The Aurika Art Studio on Facebook and Instagram.
Today, I'm going to show you explosion boxes. This is one of the first projects that I created. Uh, of course, I had a lot of reference from other artists, but yes, finally the piece that I created is completely my own. The measurements, the computations, the fitting it into a box. Today, I have got two very good cards from it, along with a basic box for you all. So I think without wasting any time, we'll all start with the workshop. So first thing that we are going to do is today is we are going to make two cards. They're going to be interactive cards. Let me just show you. So this is one of the cards. It looks like this on the outside. And when you press it on, it becomes a stand on your desk with a photograph. That's the first interactive card. The second one is this one, which is looks very simple, but it has a hidden compartment like this.
Wow.
And the box that we are going to make is this one. We are going to make the basic model, but I will surely talk about the decorations that I have put in. I have two sets of the same paper. Why? I'll tell you. In this white sheet, I have properly written down what is the measurement and where you have to cut the paper, where you have to score it. All of that information is there. And here I'm going to work with you using this paper. And we need two other papers of the second color, 8 centimeter by 4 centimeter one.
Okay.
These are three pieces of paper we need for the first card. So let's begin. Everybody first mark on this sheet. We'll take the 16 by 8. Take your scales and pencils. Okay, and first mark in at 4 centimeter and at 12 centimeter and one in the middle. So at 4 centimeters, you will mark 3 points and make straight lines. Y'all please do it with a pencil because otherwise the papers will get spoiled. and your marks will be visible. So I am marking one line at 4 centimeters, the second line at 4 centimeters, similarly, the middle section, that is the 8 centimeters in the middle, we are going to further divide it in 4 equal parts of 2 centimeters each. Okay, so you can just measure 2 centimeter from the top on either side and make a line. Now, what are we going to do is, we are going to fold our papers on these lines, these standing lines that we've created. Now, before folding, let me tell you a technique. This technique is called scoring. Okay, what do we do for a neat fold? You can take a, you can use the back of a brush, you can use a dotting tool, you can use a toothpick, any handy pointed material that you have. You can use any of that. Now, for example, I have these dotting tools. So I'll just take one of them. You can use a toothpick as well. Toothpick or the back of a brush also would do. We just have to press the paper a little before we fold. That's called scoring. So that now, what are we going to do is, we are going to fold our papers on these lines, these standing lines that we've created. Now, before folding, let me tell you a technique. This technique is called scoring. Okay, what do we do for a neat fold? You can take a, you can use the back of a brush, you can use a dotting tool, you can use a toothpick, any handy pointed material that you have. You can use any of that. Now, for example, I have these dotting tools. So I'll just take one of them. You can use a toothpick as well. Toothpick or the back of a brush also would do. We just have to press the paper a little before we fold. That's called scoring, so that the fold is very neat. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take my scale, put it near the line, and go over the line again with the dotting tool, or with the toothpick or the back of a brush, or even a pen which has an empty refill will also do. That also works as a scoring tool. So we'll score these standing lines. I'll go over it 2-3 times. What happens is, the paper gets bent halfway through. So we, when it's a thick paper that you use, you won't get those cracks when you fold it. The benefit of scoring it before you fold it. Now, you will have a look how easily you can fold these papers without even, you don't even have to look at the fold. Just fold it very easily once you score it. We are going to take our cutter or X-Acto knife, whatever you have with you, and we are going to cut through these lines. I have an X-Acto knife with me. You can again use a scale if you are not good at cutting it straight. I am okay with cutting it straight, so I'm going directly with the cutting knife. Also, please take care of the surface down. In case you have a table which is made of wood, or you have material which can have those marks, please keep a newspaper down before cutting. Otherwise, you will spoil the furniture. So I am just cutting it very carefully on the line that we've made. Okay. So you see, I have, okay. So I have cut it, if you can see, like this. Okay. The base of our first card is ready. Now we are going to take the two pieces that I asked you to, the 4x8 pieces, 4 centimeter by 8 centimeter of the second color. What we are going to do now, since these are very exact, okay, this is exactly 4 centimeter. So just for a better operation of the card, what we'll do is we'll take our scissors and just cut a little bit, very slight, probably just 1 mm. Okay, so that we can insert it well, because it's exact size. This is 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter makes 8 centimeter, and our box is also 8 centimeter, the base of the card. So we'll just trim it a little bit with our scissors, very slightly. Both the pieces. Once this is done, now carefully look here. I'm going to insert these two pieces inside. How? The first piece I'm inserting from the top on the first hole. I'm going to take it out from the second one. And I'm going to again insert from the top on the third one. I'll again show. From the top, I inserted. On the second slot, I removed it from the bottom. And on the third slot, I inserted it from the top again. Now, the second piece, you have to do it the same way, but the opposite. What we'll do is, now this slot, I'm not going to insert it from the top. I will insert it from behind, inside this slot. From behind the card, I will insert the paper. Okay. On the second slot, from the top, okay, I think I'm finding it a little difficult to insert, so I'm going to cut 1 mm more of this. The same thing can happen with you also. That is the reason we cut a little bit of the paper. And now it goes through more smoothly. On the second slot, from the top, pull it from behind, pull it down from behind. You see? And again, from the third slot, get it out on the top. Okay, align it with your card properly and close your card. Now, how do you operate this? Now, before operating it, fold the card like this and straighten it up. Now, when you open it, opens, middle, you fold it and you open the next one. I'll give you the measurements and again we'll create those standing lines first. So first is, I'm telling you from the left side, how are we going to divide the paper? So first mark at 1 centimeter. Second mark at 3 centimeters. Now see, 1 centimeter is from this side. Then again, from the 1 centimeter line, it will be 3 centimeters, not from the beginning. Okay, I'm just telling you the sections, the size of each section. I'm not telling you from the beginning what is the centimeter. So first 1 centimeter section, then 3 centimeter section, then again a 1 centimeter section. After that, again 3 centimeter section. That is the fourth section. The fifth section is again 3 centimeters. Sixth section is 1 centimeter. Seventh section is 3 centimeters. And finally, you will be left with the eighth section of 1 centimeter. I'm again repeating so that it doesn't get confusing. First section is 1 centimeter. Second is 3. Yeah, I'll repeat. First is 1. Second is 3. Third is 1. Fourth is 3. Fifth is 3. Sixth is 1. Seventh is 3. And finally, you're left with the eighth one, which is again 1 centimeter. I will just write it down here. The first one is 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1. I am making the lines here. Even you all can do that. So that you know it's easy. It can be done with a toothpick as well. These dotting or scoring tools which we are using, they are not exactly pointed like a knife. That is why we don't have that fear of them tearing into the paper. Then I recommend these, but definitely experimenting is an artist and a crafter's forte, so they can go ahead. So I have scored and I'll be folding all the line this time outwards I'm folding. Actually, it doesn't matter. You can change the fold whenever you want to. But I am just, for the sake of the card, I am folding it outward this time. Now, after we make this card, I will talk a little about how do you conceptualize this also, so that in case you want to change the measurements also, you can work on it. If you want to make a bigger size of it, you can work on it. So I have folded all of this outward. Okay, now if you see the original card, the one which I've already made, you see this is turned into a box. This has turned into a sort of a box, right? Just look at the side view, the front view. Yeah. So just keep this picture in mind when I talk about conceptualization, you'll understand better. Now what we'll do is, the middle line that we've created. This is the center line. You fold the card in half, right? Exact half when you fold, you will know the middle line is this. You've already folded that line. Okay, on this line, what are we going to do? From the top point and from the bottom point, we are going to leave 2 centimeter space. And just mark a point there. Leave 2 centimeters from the top and 2 centimeters from the bottom. And mark that line there. Point there. Where is 2 centimeters? This is 2 centimeters. And this is 2 centimeters. So this is 2 and this is 2. Okay. What we have to do is the middle part of this part, to cut a slit here. But that slit is not just going to be on this line. What we are going to do is we are going to cut a small, very small rectangle, possibly 1 mm this side and 1 mm this side. I'll just draw it so that it is easier to understand. Because through this slit, our photograph or our message piece will go in. So I'll give a close up. This is the slit we created. 2 centimeters from top we left, 2 centimeters from the bottom. And in the middle, we have created this very small, very narrow rectangle. And we are going to cut out this rectangle. This is going to be the insertion. So again, you can pick up your cutters or X-Acto knives, whatever you have, and you can cut this slit. Be very careful with your hands, especially if children are doing this. Please be very careful with the cutter. Okay, so the conceptualization is very simple of this. And this is the middle of the box. This is this part. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we need a slit for this to come out. So we've cut the slit.
Yes.
This becomes the side of the box. 1 centimeter. This side. Again, now, if the middle of the box is 6 centimeters, the bottom has to be 6 centimeters. So that is why we left 3 here and 3 here.
Okay.
Towards the side, there is 1 and 1. Why? Because when you insert your paper here, if you suppose make a box like this and you insert your paper, you will have to stick it somewhere at the bottom. Otherwise, it will come off. It will fall off. is why we need this 1 centimeter thing in the side, so that we can create this standing, what do you say, support for this message card. This total height has to be 1 centimeter because your side of the box is 1. Otherwise, your box would be like this. If the middle part is raised beyond the side measurements, your box would be raised. We want to have a flat one. This has to be the same size as the side of the box. That's how you calculate the measurements of your card. I have calculated this. This height is 8 centimeter. Why? Because the box which we are going to make, uska height is 9 centimeter. Uska height is 9 centimeter. So if I want to place this card on one of the sides of the box, I have to make sure that the card height is maximum 8 centimeters and not beyond. Because otherwise I will not leave any gap for the box to close. You know, you'll understand. I'll talk about this again when we come to the box. It will be difficult to visualize it. Let me move ahead. Now what are we going to do is we are going to turn this, because we have to stick our message paper, message sheet. This one, sorry, the gray one. So what are we going to do? On this 1 centimeter, okay, fold it back here like this. On this 1 centimeter, from the bottom, first insert this in the slit. I'll repeat myself. Please don't get confused. This is our front side that we made. I am flipping it and turning it. I'm going to first insert this piece inside the slit from behind, so that I know where it is going to be placed. Then I will just turn the 1 centimeter section up, and I'm going to stick this piece on the 1 centimeter section like this. So I'm just going to apply glue here. I'm going to apply glue here, and I'm going to stick this like this. Please align it with the bottom of the section. So you can pick up your Fevi-stick, Fevicol, whatever you have handy with you. Also, instead of Fevicol, many people tend to use tapes, double-sided tapes. Okay, now double-sided tapes, again, there are foam tapes and there are tissue tapes, paper tapes. So foam tapes are basically used, foam double-sided tapes are used when you want to give an elevation to your piece which you have stuck, because it's foam. So it will give a little height to it. And paper tapes are used for sticking for such purposes, where we can use Fevicol. So instead of a Fevicol, if you don't want to mess your hands with this, you can, they are available in different sizes, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/4 inch. So you can just apply a piece of tissue tape here. You can peel off the top layer and you can stick the card. It's again depends on person to person, how one person wants to work with it. Personal preference. Now we'll take the top part of the card, the top one section. This, we are going to apply glue here. We are going to fold it and stick it on this, like this. So I'm going to apply glue on the top section, on the whole top section here. All right. And I'm going to fold it inward and stick it on this. Press it hard so that it does not open up. And we are done. I have written where you have to cut and where you have to score and what are the measurements. This is the lid and this is the picture for the box. We'll first make the lid because the box is fairly easy to make. You can really follow the diagram, but I will make you make the lid first because that's a little complicated. Now what I have done in this diagram is I have first made a square of 9 centimeter. Our box measurement is 9 by 9 because our cards are 8 centimeter height. That is why I've kept the box as 9 by 9. So first I have made a box of 9 centimeters. On 4 sides of the box, now see, this is the lid that we are going to create. So this box, this square here is 9 centimeter. And this part, what you see in the diagram, is the sides of the box. I have pre-decided in my mind that I want this height to be 2.5 centimeter. What will I do is, I will on each side of the square, I will create a rectangle, which is two consecutive rectangles. One is 2.5, the height, and the second one is also 2.5. A 5 centimeter rectangle divided equally in half. Okay, like that I have created on all the 4 sides.
Yeah.
And then I have joined these two with a line. This small triangle is going to help us to join the lids together. It's going to create this join. Okay, I will quickly cut this so that I can at least show how we have joined it. Again, don't do it in a hurry, please, because otherwise, the thing is, your the lid has to fit properly on your box. So don't be in a hurry because again, a little bit of perfection is needed. Okay, this is the diagram that I have cut out. In the diagram itself, I have written the score lines. Basically, I will explain. First, I'll explain the cutting lines. That is more important. Okay. So now, this side is towards me. Okay. I am going to cut this line of the triangle. Okay, this is very important. I have cut this side of the triangle. Now I am rotating it. This side is towards me. Again, I will cut this side of the triangle. If you cut the other side, your box will not join together. The lid will not join together. That is what I'm saying. Select one direction. I have started cutting
whatever side is towards me, I have started cutting the line towards the right of that side. If you want to do it on the left, you can go it that way, but then all 4 have to be on the left.
Okay.
Again, I'm turning my box, the diagram. This side is towards me. I will cut this line that is on the right of me. Again, the last side, this side is towards me. I am going to cut this line. Okay. Now I'm going to
Yes.
score all these lines. Yes, all remaining lines have to be scored. I'm going to fold all of this. I'm going to fold all of it. You see how easy it is to fold once you finish scoring it. Now, after we finish scoring, how are we going to attach? Just look at the mechanism, okay? This triangle, we are going to apply glue on the back of this triangle and stick it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to apply glue on the back of the triangle and stick it on the adjacent side. Align the two properly. Press it well. Now I need to lock this up. So on the side on which you have stuck the triangle, you're going to apply glue on the bottom 2.5 square, and you're going to close it. Okay, the same way you're going to do the others. Now continue with this triangle. Apply glue on the back side, stick it on the adjacent, align it properly and stick it on the adjacent side. Apply glue on the bottom part of the same side on which you stuck the triangle and lock it up, close it. Like that, I go on for quickly to all the 4 sides. Now, again, coming to the box. This is the box. What I have done is very simple, very simple. One side of, now for this again, if you don't have a 27, again, you'll have to follow the same thing. You'll have to create this base of 9 by 9 because our box size is 9 by 9. And you'll have to create this 4 sides separately with a little more space to stick it on this. Okay, but if you're taking a 27 by 27, what you'll do is You will divide it in 3 equal parts, 9, 9, and 9. Horizontally also and vertically also. Okay. So I have made a checkered pattern here. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these side boxes. I'm going to cut them off. So all the corner squares, I'm going to cut them off. Okay. This is done. You are going to now, for this, you don't even have to score because the space is exact. You're just going to fold the 4 flaps inside. Okay. This is your box. Now, what you're going to do is all the cards that you've created, you're going to attach here. How you can attach this? Now we cannot stick this because these are interactive cards. Yeah, you need to remove them and you need to open them. So what you can do with the extra paper that you have, you can create a band here. Okay, just cut a strip of maybe 1 centimeter by 9 centimeters. Okay, and create a band like this. Okay, I have just stuck the band on 2 sides here. And then to hold the card, you just insert it inside. Okay. So now, and when you insert all your 4 cards, you will close the box like this. And why is this called an explosion box? Is because you open it, all the 4 flaps fall off, and there is an illusion of an explosion.
Since, as I said, I'm an artist, a crafter, a calligrapher, so I have a little of everything to show you. First, starting with craft, these are some pieces of 3D origami. These are 3D origami models that I have made. These are mini ones. And here I have a bigger model. It's a swan. As this workshop, it's a card making workshop. So this is something which is a bigger version of what we make in this workshop. It's a square explosion box. When you open it, it kind of opens it and you have a lot of cards in it. And similarly, I have versions in the triangle shape and the biggest version in the hexagon shape. Okay, these are all handmade. The decorations are all handmade. Second craft is paper cutting. This butterfly, it's made out of a single paper hand cut. So this is also a very good form of art and it's very relaxing. It's very beautiful at the end. This is a form of 3D paper craft. This is also completely handmade. This is another kind of craft. Coming to the art point of it, I have explored and I do all kind of mediums. I work in all kind of mediums. I don't have one favorite to pick. So coming to the pen medium, I have made this mandala. Of course, these are just one or two of what I'm showing you. This is one of my favorite pieces. Coming to oil pastels, this is one of my favorite pieces, Kanu Bappa. Coming to color pencils, here we have our colorful zebra. All right. Coming to watercolors, here is some realistic work in watercolors. I have still not been able to choose whether I like abstract or realistic. So you will find everything. This is some abstract designing in poster colors. It's a cityscape in poster colors. Coming to, again, some realistic watercolor work and pencil work is this, ginger and garlic. Coming to acrylics. I have one of my very initial paintings that I did in acrylics. It's a misty, snowy, wintry sky. Coming to pencils. This is one of my favorite portraits. And let me tell you, this is a very old work. This is when I was in 9th grade, I think. This is a work then. And finally, let me show you some calligraphy pieces that I made. So these are some brush calligraphy pieces. I think they may be visible ulta. I'm sorry for the writing because no, it's probably visible, I guess. Okay. These are some brush calligraphy pieces. And some pointed pen calligraphy pieces. So I've always loved writing in school. And I later came to know there is no connection between writing and calligraphy. Anybody can learn calligraphy. But that's where my love for calligraphy comes from. That's it. That was a glimpse of what my work is all in all areas is about.